Hey, welcome back to another episode of Sports Redefined Podcast. I'm your host, your best host, and I'm the AKA Premium Nom. We got my man, Real to Real.
Yo, what's up?
And today we got a special newcomer today, the gentleman of the South, my man, Mr. Melvin Bullock. What up, Mel?
What's good?
Nothing going on.
You made him sound like an escort, bro. Gentleman of the South. What? Please explain that.
Gentleman of the South.
What is that? You from P Valley, bro? Like, what's up, man?
Hey, Slackamelli, what's up?
Hey. Okay. No problems.
Yo, we gonna just get right into it. Guys, this is like an all-star edition episode, whatnot. Yesterday was All-Star Game 2021. I think they did the best they could do in the pandemic. What was your thoughts on the All-Star Game? Who want to take it first?
I'll go.
I can take it. You know what I mean?
Wow. How you gonna ask and take it?
You're right. Go ahead.
Okay. I feel like you feel it was the best they could do. I think the most disappointing thing was the dunk contest, but it was pretty much thrown together. Everything else turned out pretty okay. 3-point shootout was entertaining. Disappointed in the skills challenge. How did a big man win that? Like, I'm so confused. But yeah, that 2-on-2 thing they could have did without. All-Star Game was pretty decent, so it was cool all the way around for what it was. You know, I like the jerseys. A lot of people don't like the jerseys. I'm trying to find some shorts and all that. Like, I like the jerseys, but it was cool.
Jersey, fire.
Facts.
Now, what's your thoughts?
I mean, given that the NBA is so young, I think that's what kind of hurts it a little bit more than anything. It's young, and then you're coming off a pandemic, so it's so young. And the fact that it's so young, and then you had somebody like LeBron James who sat there the entire second half.
You gonna say young, bro?
I'm just saying, like, you think about it, you really don't have that many veterans in the NBA. Like 10 years ago, we were talking about all-stars, like consistent all-stars that were like 30, 31, 32. Now you got young cats. You got 19, 20-year-olds, and then the dunk contest, you really didn't even recognize any of those names if you weren't a basketball fan.
Right.
So, like, there were no household names. So right. I think that really that's what hurt it more so than anything. If you really think about it, Steph Curry really probably saved the All-Star weekend with 3-point contests.
Him and Dame Dollar, they really saved it. Because LeBron didn't even play the second half. Like, he basically sat out the second half.
So that's pretty much my thoughts on it. The fact that, like I said, you had Steph, you had Dame playing in the backcourt together, shooting half-court shots, which is
facts.
Which honestly might be terrible if you're a basketball coach because you're like, why are you doing that stuff? Why are you doing that, Dame? Now you got young cats wanting to shoot half-court shots now.
Right. Blasphemous.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's like the best All-Star game I watched in a while, bro. Like in a while.
Yeah.
All right, so it started off with the skills challenge. It was whatever to me. But when Steph won the 3-point contest, it was like a clutch comeback. I was like, oh, nah, he's about to snap in the game. And then he come off like Chris Webber was like, do the 360 like you did it. So he got the ball, he shot it, he did a little shimmy and turned around. And like, I heard you. So it was like, Steph really did save the All-Star game. Like, between him and Giannis, they really did save the All-Star game. Giannis had so much fun, and it looked like, oh, this is have laughter, have fun, like, be joyous, right? So Steph saved it. And, the funny part when Dame took a shot from the half court, and then the next shot, Steph took it, and he shot from the half court. And I was like, I was laughing, like, oh, you guys are disrespectful, right? Like,
he really playing horse. Like, they was really playing horse. I'm like, nah, they was wilding too.
I think it's more so that they both been hearing that they're both coming for each other. Right. So it's like it was like oh, okay, so you shooting that? Oh, okay, I'm gonna show you because I've been hearing, saying that you're the best shooter, but I'm really the best shooter.
Yeah. So I was like, For the halftime show, I like that it was a slam dunk contest because me personally, as a consumer, I stayed in my seat the whole time. Right? Mm-hmm. If it's the slam dunk contest is on a Saturday night, you miss days and whatnot. But the fact that I think moving forward, this is the best way to keep people on their seats and watch. Like I didn't get up. There was a commercial break and I still didn't get up. Right? Because I'm like, slam dunk contest is next. I think as we move forward, you go to 4 people, right, during the halftime show, and then you throw the big names in there. Because do we really need 8 people dunking the ball?
Of course not.
So it's like you throw 4 people in there, big names. People are watching.
We're all waiting for Zion. That's
I don't know. Zion had a disappointing All-Star game, bro.
I think he was too excited. He was taking it all in. You could tell, like he was just sitting on the bench. He was like, "Oh my god!" Like we're forgetting he's 19, bro. Like, so it's a lot. But yo, something weird happened. So I'm watching the All-Star game, and I'm like mellow, team Portland or whatever. Mm-hmm. So when Dame is shooting all these shots, something weird happened in my head. Like, yo, they're trying to use you up so you don't have no more threes when the second half of the season starts. Like, I don't know where that came from, but I'm like, what? Like, he really shoots. But it was just like, I peep what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to wear my man out. But it was cool to see them go back and forth. Like, we saw the competition, but we also saw them having fun at the same time. So it was pretty cool.
I think a lot of what are your guys' thoughts on? They're saying if Embiid and KD would have played, it would Ben Simmons Dookie. So Embiid and Ben Simmons, if they would have played, it would have been a closer matchup. My thing on that is like, I don't feel that they didn't have all-stars on the Durant team, but they ain't have no all-stars.
Team was stacked, bro. LeBron team was stacked. I said LeBron team was stacked. I ain't want to hear that. It was stacked. Boy, how you end up with Steph and Giannis, bro? I'm like, nah, he be cheating, bro.
Why did KD choose Kyrie first?
That's his man's.
Aye.
Kyrie not playing with LeBron. You know Kyrie's not playing with LeBron. We're not even going to entertain that storyline. Like, come on, bro.
Hey, but you know what? I think it was more so about LeBron's team. Of course, they had Dame and Steph. That's already ridiculous in itself. But then you think about it, they had like pure basketball players. They had Luka, who's a really good basketball player, knows the game, skilled, unselfish. They had who else? They had Giannis. They had with Joker. Mm-hmm. I mean, so they had all. Matter of fact, only thing that was going through my head was, damn, look at how well Joker and Luka playing together. Yeah, imagine that.
I mean, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked by none of the people working together for some reason. Like Luka, I just get international play with them too, and it's like they've been pros since they was like 12. So it was like it's nothing for them.
They both play for the Serbia team.
Right, I feel like right. So, but like go back to what you're saying. I just think LeBron, he stacks his team like that because I don't think he really wanted to exert energy for this. Because I kind of don't think he wanted to play. But you got to play. You're the face of the league, so. You build a team, you don't really got to do nothing. You just sit back, chill, eat, roll on the floor, and you still get all your cameos because you LeBron. So
I thought in the first quarter, Kyrie had like...
He was going hard.
Okay, yeah.
You trying to prove a point.
Yeah, he was trying to prove a point. I think he had 7 points out of 16. I'm like, he's coming for the MVP. It just died down. Steph is too much, bro. Like Steph
and Dame. You're wilding, bro. Like these both of them pull from half on a regular. Like what?
But I feel like the Dame was on the second half, right? The Dame shooting was in the second half. Steph he had like 4 threes in the first quarter.
Yeah, but he just had 30 in a 3-point shootout. Like I low-key said that was I low-key said, yo, y'all just warmed him up. Like when have you ever had a 3-point contest in the same day as the All-Star game? That was the one.
Oh yeah, never. True.
Right, never. So
never.
He just dropped 50 points? Well, he did 31st round, 28 second round. So he just dropped 58 threes before the game even started. Like, come on, bro. Nah, bro. It was a setup.
Lob threes.
Facts.
So a lot of people were complaining about the snubs and whatnot. Do you think the NBA should expand the All-Star roster, or just if you're good, just get in?
Well, I was trying to complain about the team captain stuff, but I was like, it kind of worked out because it's not like anybody's like really stacking their team. Like they're all All-Stars. It's just a matter of how you pick your team. So I guess the captains could stay But the snubs is the snubs. Like, you didn't make it. What do you want us to do? It's not what you really do.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, you got the fan voting, and that's of course subjective. But of course, the fans are paying for the game, so fans should get what they want. Right. Like you look at the Dame and the Luka. They were tied, and then Luka got the start because of the fan voting. So it's just, and then you look at Devin Book, CP3 got the name. Right. But Devin Booker got the game. Not saying CP3 does not, but of course we know that Devin Booker is probably at this point in his career, he's better than CP3. But of course, Devin Booker, didn't get in until AD wasn't playing.
Right.
So I don't think you should expand it, because I think expanding it's kind of it kind of makes it to where it's not as rewarding, as prestigious. Right. If everybody getting in, is like to me it's kind of comparable to.
Now the Hall of Fame, anybody goes.
The Hall of Fame. No, the Hall of Fame. I was just about to say that.
But yeah, I don't.
Hold up, I have one beef. We was talking about the Dame and the Luka, right? So this is my beef. You cannot beef about not being an all-star starter, and then when the game comes, nobody plays defense to the fourth quarter. It doesn't matter. I don't understand. It doesn't matter. Through the first 3 quarters, everybody's letting each other lay the ball up and dunk and Ole defense. So does it really matter if you start?
Not really, I guess.
So what is the beef with the? Oh, I can't believe Luka started over Dame. What's the real beef? I don't understand what the problem is.
I don't know.
Is it just personal? Like, I don't know. Just to throw that out there, all the fans who are listening, think about it.
Man, listen, I'm just mad that they let that bum Zion in the All-Star game and not LaMelo Ball, man. How you put Zion in the game, not LaMelo? LaMelo the GOAT Ball.
Man, he called him the GOAT.
LaMelo the GOAT Ball. How did you put him in the All-Star game?
Oh, no.
That's crazy. Because honestly, if you look at Zion, right, he has decent numbers, but it's not like his team, they're like 11th in the West, right? Mm-hmm. On the flip side, LaMelo, his numbers are okay, average, comparable, right? But he's a rookie. And second of all, his team's like 8th or 9th in the East. And then he has less talent. Zion has way more talent than LaMelo. Why did Zion, if you put LaMelo in the same situation of the All-Star game yesterday, he would have won MVP. I promise you. He won MVP. Zion like nervous and whatnot. LaMelo's like, I'm born for this. You see the passes that Steph Curry and LeBron was doing? LaMelo could have that with his eyes closed, The GOAT.
So what happened to Lonzo, though? Like, no one speaks on Lonzo anymore. I just wanted to know what happened. Y'all say he was the next JK. What happened, bro?
Nah, but he does have JK. JK wasn't really like a flashy point guard, right? Like,
yes, he was.
Not OG flashy. You're thinking about Suns Jason Kidd. I'm thinking about Nets Jason Kidd. Nets Jason Kidd was not flashy. He was very fundamental. And
he was, though. He had most of his passing highlights. He was just younger in Phoenix. Most of his flashy pass highlights is in Jersey, especially when he got Vince Carter.
And RJ.
And Kenyon Martin. Like, that's when they got real. Who was he throwing alleys to in Phoenix?
Himself. No, I'm stop. I don't know.
Exactly. Like, what?
I don't know.
He had blonde hair. Like, that's what you mean by flashy? Like, that's what he was doing. Like,
what probably was the hair then? But I'm like, nah. I don't think Lonzo don't throw flashy passes. I think they should bend to Ingram. He don't wanna hoop. Like, Lonzo be throwing in passes, and he just like, all right, let me go. He thinks it's an ISO.
You just mentioned situations. I mean, Zion's averaging 25. Melo's averaging 15, 16. I know the records, but then you just mentioned situation. Lonzo's also probably third, fourth option. LaMelo got the ball in his hands.
Cause he the GOAT.
And on top of that, they got freaking Eric Bledsoe in the backcourt with Lonzo. Come on, man. Like that's really set him up for failure as well.
True.
Like if anything, have like a 6'6" shooting guard that they can really shoot it. That's like a 3-and-D guy. Eric Bledsoe's not shooting 42% from 3.
He can't.
You saw what he did in Milwaukee. No offense, Eric Bledsoe.
Nah, he cool. That's my man's, but he can't shoot. It's like, bro, we still shooting rainbows for you 11 years in the league.
He too swole, man. He too swole.
He LeBron at 6'2". Like, you gotta chill out, bro.
I think ever since Lonzo got into the league, he's been set up to fail, right? Like his first year, and he hasn't been healthy. When he's in his second year, LeBron came on the team, another point guard. His third year, he had Drew Holiday. I think this is his fourth season. He has Eric Bledsoe, another guard. And then even for the coaching staff, like Zion is bringing the ball up. You have Brent Ingram bringing the ball up. So it's a lot. So I don't blame nothing on Lonzo, honestly. I was like, he needs to go to, honestly, I think Lonzo needs Mike D'Antoni. If he had Mike D'Antoni, man, listen, he'll be an MVP.
You know, they always say that the youngest is always going to be the best anyway because they see. So that's also why he's the tallest. You know, he saw more. I mean, if you think about it, he's probably at this age probably more experienced than all of them because he played pro ball. You know, I mean, so and then like the situation is perfect. They got the ball in his hands.
About time.
But his feel though, you know, I'm not gonna lie, real. I was a LaMelo hater at first.
No, look, my hand is raised. I'm on your side, brother. I ain't had no FIFA.
I ain't gonna lie. You know, I fought numb for a while, but numb, no. Hey, there's no pride. I told him I was wrong. I told him, I said the kid's special. You know, I admit I was wrong. His feel for the game is unreal.
Right,
unreal. His feel is unreal.
I had to give him his props, but I was definitely on your side. I'm like, I am not buying the hype, especially because his father, and y'all put all this hype on Lonzo, and Lonzo got in the league, and we all like this, crickets. Yeah. Even though his shot got better, so I don't know. We're going to see what happens. Good job, Mike. Best job you did in a while.
All right. So during the All-Star game, breaking news happened. Blake Griffin got bought out by the Pistons, and he's officially a Net. Does Blake Griffin improve the Nets championship hopes? Who wants to go first? Nobody wants to go first? All right, cool. So, Blake Griffin, I personally like, well, I don't know why everybody's so shy today. But, Blake Griffin, I think, I don't think they needed Blake Griffin, right? I think a JaVale McGee, Jaron Allen is perfect for them. Like, that's what they needed.
Right.
Because, like, what do you need Blake Griffin to do? It's not like he don't play defense. And then you can't say you need a big to stretch the floor when Kyrie, KD, and James Harden all shoot threes. Plus you have Joe Harris and Jeff Green. And it's not like it's Andre Drummond where 18 points and chill out and get like 25 rebounds.
The only thing I see that doing is putting Jeff Green and Durant back at the 3. Because they were playing stretch 4. Sometimes Jeff Green plays the 5 as the backup. They just started putting some with the dreads in. I don't know his name, pardon me. He's doing all right.
Claxton.
Right. He's doing all right, but he only eats when James Harden is running the 1. Because James Harden really knows how to drunk kick and throw that alley for him. So that's the only thing I can really see happening. And it'll be interesting to see because I feel like the team is way better when James Harden plays the 1.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a willing passer. And you know, once he get hot, it's just like, oh, boy. So if you have those options with a willing passer and a guy who can give you 50 points in 3 quarters, you know? And I don't know. I don't feel like that was for Blake to come for them to get a ring. I just feel like Blake wanted to get out of Detroit. And Brooklyn is just like, whatever. Like, we'll take you. It's like the Warriors of the East right now. Like, all right, we'll take you. Come. Like, right now, Blake Griffin is what David West was in Golden State.
Hey, you know, my thoughts on is this. You know, you gave me the topic. So I was like, you know what? Let me do a little bit of research on Blake. And, of course, this year he's averaging 12, right? But he's playing with Detroit, so there's not much talent around him. You know, most nights he was either the first or second option, all right? Now, in Brooklyn, he's not going to be counted on the score. And think about the 3-headed monsters that they have. I mean, we could go play right now and probably average 8 points, you know, with Brooklyn. I mean, I'm just being real. We can go play right now and average 8 points. If that's from cutting, that's from knocking down a couple of shots. I mean, Real, you maybe get 15. I'm only 8 points now, man. That's all I got for you. All right, and and then I looked up like last year he was 15 points, but then I looked up his very first year in Detroit, and it was 24 points a game, which that was 2 years ago. So it depends on how healthy and how well his knees are. But like I said, he playing with those three guys. He's not going to be counted to score, and he's going to score. Can he still catch a hoop? Can he still in the pick and roll? Can he set the screen and can he roll and catch the hoop? Because Blake Griffin, let's keep it real. Blake Griffin's never been like a top defender in the league.
Right.
So he wasn't in his 20s, and he damn sure won't be a top defender at 31. So with the kind of miles that he has on his knees, and then I also looked up. I was like, man, let me see like Blake's career points and rebounds. The rebounds important. Man, Blake Griffin is a 21-9 guy. Now, Rel, I don't know if you know this or not, but Num, every year I've ever known Num, which is like 10 years, he's hated Blake Griffin every year.
Yeah, I know that every year he's a hater.
Hey, so all I'm saying is Num is this, just playing with those three guys is gonna open it up to where he just, as long as he can catch a hoop, as long as he can go and get a rebound, I mean, he's gonna be effective. As long as he can also do one big thing. If when they switch off for those quick guards, if he can make those guards take like contested twos, he'll be fine.
But my thing was, all right, you have KD, you have Kyrie, you have what's the other guy? Harden, right? My thing is, do you really need Blake to score? Because
off the bench.
All right, so I'm just saying, because it's not like he's a post presence, right? It's not like you have a Shaq or you have a Giannis where it's like, all right, we tied on the perimeter work, go eat for us real quick. He's a perimeter guy. He's gonna shoot a three. He's gonna pick and pop.
He didn't really start that shooting three stuff till Detroit, honestly. He'll give you 2 threes a season in LA. Detroit is just like, I don't really want to be here. Who cares? Let's see if I can shoot it. Started shooting it.
There's no talent. And I always say this saying, it's just like kids, kids, NBA players. They're essentially, the same.
Mm-hmm.
People only do what you allow them to do.
Right.
So everybody said with James Harden, oh, he ain't gonna be able to stop dribbling 10, 12 times. He changed his game.
Right. That's true.
You only gonna do what you're allowed to do. So Blake Griffin, now, if Blake Griffin is motivated, I'm talking about like willing to really work hard. Blake Griffin got paid, and man, Blake Griffin been chilling. We know that. He been chilling. So if you got any type of ambition, motivation in him, hey, watch out. Watch out for Brooklyn, man.
All right. It's interesting to see what happens because everybody's like, it's already a joke on Facebook. Like, watch how healthy this guy gets overnight, just like they did with James Harden. Like, watch him get in shape. Now, look, he all slim. So, like, you're right. Once you get to a certain age, you kind of need a motivation to go. Like, if you shipped off and you're just playing for the money, you find yourself getting hurt. You find yourself not caring. You find yourself shooting threes you don't shoot. But say you get a situation where it's like, all right, I could do something again. A la Melo. Let's see what happens with Blake. So, let's go.
Hey, and then the last thing, you said they don't need him. But my question for you, what post player, what guy with size is coming off the bench right now for them?
Nobody.
Oh, so what I'm saying is, well, that's if he's not starting. Like I know towards the end he stopped starting.
Yeah, but they might switch it back now with Blake.
So what I'm saying is you got to have some type of depth. You never know who's going to go down, and you need something. And then let me tell you, Blake's. Do you remember one of Blake's underrated skills that he had in LA? Passing the ball.
I was trying to figure it out.
No. Blake is a really good passer, like a really, really good passer. As a matter of fact, his first year in Detroit, he averaged like 6 assists a game. For a post player, 3 or 4 years ago, that was crazy. Nowadays, with Joker, it's normal now. But
So
3 or 4 years ago, that was
going to be like an offensive version of Draymond Green for the Nets.
I'm not saying that. He's not going to have the ball. Hey, listen, he's not going to have the ball in his hands unless it's time to either pass or dunk or shoot or lay up.
Yeah, that's a lot of times, bro.
All I'm saying is if James Harden, Durant, Jeff Green manages to get a ring, Russell Westbrook is going to go postal, bro. Because think about it. What's the name got a ring already? Perkins got a ring. Ibaka got a ring. KD got a ring. It's only Jeff and Harden left. Them two get a ring. Westbrook is going postal, bro. I promise you. So, I don't know. I want to see though.
So you alluded to James Harden dribbling issues. Antoine Walker earlier this week said that, hey, James Harden, he can't be a guy that wins a title dribbling 7 or 8, 9 times, right? Then James Harden came back at him like, yo, bro, who are you? Essentially, like, you have no credibility, like, in anything, you know? So what are your guys' thoughts on that? Is Antoine right in his criticism, or is James Harden being sensitive?
I'm going to say this. When he was in Houston, I agreed. Like, I mean, the late, great Kobe Bryant said the exact same thing.
Right.
I agree. Now, it seems in Brooklyn that he's adjusted his game. It seems like he's kind of getting straight to the point. You know, he takes a couple dribbles in and out, cross, going downhill, kicking it, or finishing. So I think the criticism was fair in the past, but I think the first 20 games that he's been in Brooklyn, he's adjusted his game. So I don't feel like the criticism is fair, considering that he's adjusted his game. So, and plus they have enough talent right now to where even without Kyrie, I think they still can get to the finals.
I agree. I don't like outdated criticism. You know what I mean? Like,
what does that mean, sir?
I don't like outdated criticism. Like, if you can't be criticizing of a guy of something he's done 2 seasons ago. Like, I was just arguing with somebody in the gym about Melo. Oh, he doesn't play defense. I said, that's an old narrative from New York. Like, have you been watching him now? He made the adjustment. Yeah, but don't give me an old ESPN narrative if you didn't watch the adjustment. Clearly, James Harden made the adjustment. I haven't really seen him do his ISO stuff like he's been doing in Houston. And it's actually pissing me off at this point, because sometimes he'll be with the second unit where he needs to do that. But it's like he's trying to be the best pass to get everybody involved. And I'm just like, yo, bro, go. Like, go. You get me tight. Like, you got the mismatch, go. And it's right now, it's like, nah, it's one move and go. If I don't have it, pass it or shoot the 3. So I agree. Jameson, like, bro, that was 2 years ago, last year, like, earlier this year. Like, you can't come with that old analysis and the dude didn't change his game. It makes it look like you haven't been watching.
But all right, so go ahead, Mel.
But you know, some of you guys that kind of irked me a little bit. You know, he's speaking like he's Shaq, like he's speaking like he's Kareem. He's speaking like he's LeBron or this great that has won a ring. Like who are you who has not won a ring before to say, oh, this style right here, that's not going to win a ring? You ain't won a ring, so how can you tell somebody what it takes to win a ring?
Well, Antoine Walker won a ring in 2006. Just on that.
Antoine Jameson. No, Antoine Walker.
No, it's Antoine Walker. I made a mistake. My bad.
Are you talking about 2006 with the Miami Heat coming off the bench, playing 7 minutes a game?
All right, so that's leads me to my next question, right?
Shots fired.
Right. My next question is, he's a superstar, James Harden, right? But he's never played in the finals, right? He never, he did play in the finals. But when he did play in the finals, he had a terrible performance. On the flip side, Antoine Walker, he actually helped his team win a title. So what do you think his critique actually holds some ground and merit to it?
No. Antoine Walker.
He played with D Wade. He understands like a winning player.
Name that roster. We're not gonna say he helped win them a ring. We're not gonna say that. That roster was stacked. If they did not win, that would have been one of
not stacked. 2006, Miami Heat was stacked.
Name it. You got
Mike
Miller. You got Jay Will. You got Gary Payton. Okay, take off Mike Miller. You got Gary Payton.
Jay Will, Gary Payton. Gary Payton came off the bench. He was like 41. Stop it.
Keep going.
You got Shaq.
Keep going. Yeah, all Hall of Famers. Keep going.
Udonis Haslam, Alonzo Mourning, and
Hall of Famer. Who else was on the team?
That was it, bro.
But this is the question you have to ask. Who do they play in the finals?
The Mavericks.
Who do the Mavericks have?
Just Dirk and JT.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if you look at that, the Heat roster was better than the Mavericks roster, right?
I wouldn't go that far.
They had D Wade and Shaq. I know Shaq was probably averaging like 18, 17 at that point.
Shaq averaged 13 and 10. Like, why we dragging it?
Hey, the 17 sounded better. But no. All I'm saying about Antoine is this: I'm not coming for him or saying that, you know, just because you won a ring means that you can spot out a player, because clearly Michael Jordan won 6 and he's kind of struggling with his view for talent and what it takes to win. But I'm just saying, like I said, you can base it off the past. Like in Houston, you say that, hey, that's deserving criticism, but now the man is trying to make a difference, and you still gonna bring him back down. Like it's similar to a man that was once a crackhead, and you know he trying to do right now. You still call him a crackhead, right. And he's like, no, man, I'm doing right. I got a job. I'm clean. You know, you putting it back on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
no,
hey man, free Pookie. Free Pookie, man.
I agree with you on that. I just feel like it's certain players. It's just like, okay, we get it. You're NBA legend. You managed to get a ring in certain situations, but it's just like, bro, like what? Like Kendrick Perkins. Like, how you get a job, bro? Ryan Hollins. Like, bro, what? Like, who are some of these guys? Like, are you serious? We know Kendrick Perkins from playing with other people. We've never been like, yo, that Kendrick Perkins poster, dog, get out of here, bro. Like, so it's like certain people gotta chill. And we had to get at Shaq at one point. Like Shaq was being OD critical because he was being too critical at some. You start to sound like a hater. Like, no matter if we agree with you, because most of us did agree with you, but it was like at some point you're sounding like a hater. So it's just like, yo, you can't really say that. You just gotta let them go.
Classification. Talk about this stuff. You hear my man?
Right. I mean, but to the point he's still bothering Chuck. Like, leave Chuck alone. Like, we get it, bro. You won with Kobe. Leave him alone, bro. Hey. So,
hey, but you know the one thing about Kendrick, you know, Perkins is this. I like Kendrick. All right, I really do. Hey, you know what? Hey, it's different strokes for different folks.
He stinks.
And you know what? What I'm saying is with Kendrick is, he has all these inside sources, and he has more sources than what, you know, the average person has. Probably the average commentator has as well. So he's speaking to people. He still got friends in the circle, so he knows a little bit more of the scoop, a little bit more of the tea than probably what the average commentator, you know, knows, because he still has so many friends that are in those on those teams and in those circles. You know, so when he's speaking something, for example, I didn't believe him last year when he was talking about Miami in the playoffs against Milwaukee. And I was like, man, Giannis got this. Milwaukee can't do nothing. And he was speaking about, you know, Miami during the first round before Milwaukee even saw him. And I was like, dang, okay, well, let's see. And they had them goons. That's what he said. Hey, they got them goons. And so what I'm saying is, he says, you know, just like anybody, you know, he says some outlandish stuff sometimes, but he says some factual stuff as well. You know, like I said, he got the inside.
I'm sorry, Perk not getting no.
He's not getting nothing, bro. But yo.
Sorry,
he not at all. No slack. But You said something about Miami. I was shocked to see none of the Miami boys were in the 3-point contest. I was expecting Duncan Robinson or Tyler, one of them.
They suck this year.
Yeah, they stuck.
No. Miami's coming this year. You watch at the All-Star break. They coming.
Okay.
Hey, if Jimmy is healthy, I don't know, what those knees are like right now, but if Jimmy's healthy, Miami's gonna be. Hey, they're not gonna get back to the finals or the conference finals, but in that second round, they're gonna get somebody hell. Somebody getting hell.
That's it.
And I say hell. I mean, hey, hell could be 6 games.
All right, so Antoine Walker played for the Miami Heat, played for the Boston Celtics. Let's switch over to the Boston Celtics. What's going on in Beantown? This is Brad Stevens' third losing season thus far. His first 2 years as a Celtics coach, he had losing records. However, he's been good since then. This is the first time in a while he had this. Should he get fired? Who's the issue? Is it Tatum? Is it Jaylen Brown? Melvin? Go for it, bro.
So I did a little research on that as well, right? and you're right. Those first 2 seasons, they weren't so great, but they are 2 games over 500 this year, right? But let me tell you the funny part about being 2 games over 500. They're actually only 2 games out of first place.
In the East?
Right. Uh-huh.
Wow.
So, but do you know that in the last 6 years, he's taken them to 3 conference finals? Now, I'm not saying that speaks everything, but of course, he's also had some issues as well. He had Kyrie that came through there where that didn't work. And then, you mentioned the players, but we got a good friend that always mentions, Danny Ainge. Are they building around Tatum and Brown? Do they have that stretch 4? Do they have that depth? I mean, they drafted 3 point guards. What was that, 2 years ago? 3 point guards. So they're drafting guards, but at the same time, what they're missing is what? Some stretch 4, some toughness, some 3-and-D guys who can really just get real rugged. So no, to answer your question, I don't think he should be, but I was shocked that this is his 8th season, but I liked it because he has taken them to 3 conference finals, and 2 of those he lost to the great King James.
All right, if you're gonna say the great King James, I definitely think LaMelo the GOAT ball.
And last year he lost. Last year he lost to Miami, but unfortunately the East has just taken a whole nother step with Philly being better, Brooklyn coming quick. Milwaukee still being there. It's just, I feel like it's kind of everybody else is getting better, but they're just kind of just staying the same. And I think that's the problem right there. They're staying the same. Everybody else got better.
Bro, what you got?
My analysis of Boston is they haven't been consistent in their roster and their piece in their pieces of what they wanted to do. So we're gonna go all the way back to IT. So you had a guard who was leading the charge, but he was a scoring guard. You didn't really have much else around there. You had Al Horford, maybe. You go another year, IT's out. Who was the guard?
Kyrie.
Right. So he's a scoring guard. Not much facilitating. And Al Horford's out, Kyrie's out. So now it's like you haven't put anybody back there in the center that can help you play inside out. Everything is outside. You don't really have guards who can facilitate and distribute, which Tatum and Jaylen Brown need since they're perimeter players. Yeah. So it's like it's real inconsistent, and then it's like you put your faith in Gordon Hayward to be a supporting cast and to be a vet for those guys, but it's like it wasn't enough basketball this year, so he dipped. So now you just have the 2 guys. You don't really have any. You don't really have a facilitating guard. You don't have a big man, and the supporting cast is not as strong as it should be if one of those guys sits down. So it's just real inconsistent in what you're trying to do. I was actually shocked to see Al Horford leave that situation because I felt like he fit that. But I don't understand the Jeff Teague signing. I don't understand it. Who's the starting point guard right now?
It was Marcus Smart was in the beginning. He got hurt. Then I think it was with
Marcus Smart is out.
Kemba Walker.
Oh, Kemba, right. So
I forgot Kemba.
Look, we forgot all about Kemba. You feel me? So look, this is the problem. Boston was never the team where the guard was leading the charge. It was always the forwards. You got Paul Pierce, you got freaking Larry Bird, you got Anton Walker. It was never the guard leading the charge. So they're trying to win with point guards who are not willing passers. Kemba's not a willing passer. He's a slasher. He attacks. So for him to take his foot off the gas, try to change his role, it's not helping. Like, he's basically a liability now. It's like, we don't want you to be a. What is a passive Kemba? What does that do for us? Feel me? So I just feel like their personnel is not fitting their identity as an organization. We was talking about Lonzo earlier. I feel like Lonzo going to Boston or like Philly, places like that where he can actually run the show when you got guys on the wings. Like, I feel like that would be something. So if we could get Jeff Teague and freaking Kemba out of here and bring in Lonzo and he could play with Tatum and Jaylen Brown, that would kind of help them not have a big man in the middle, but it would also help them not have to create so much with so much dribbling and stuff. But one more thing, not having the big man in the middle forces them to only be able to play on the perimeter. So when you had Al Horford, even though he was a stretch 4-5, he can run the floor, he can shoot, he can also dump it down to him, and if anybody collapsed, he can swing it out. So now that you don't have that at all and everything is perimeter, it's not gonna work.
Hey, so, it's the crazy part. Listening to you speak about the players. Listen to how many players they've lost over the last 4 years.
3-4 years, right?
You're talking about IT. You're talking about Kyrie, Al Horford, Gordon Hayward. So you're talking about so many great players, and then you think about the kind of position that they had. When they had Brooklyn in the stranglehold for those picks, and now you're looking back at it like, did they really take advantage of all those picks that they had?
Nope.
So that situation that they had, they literally had Brooklyn in the stranglehold, and they really just didn't take advantage of it. So can you say Stevens? Can you say Tatum or Brown? You could say Ainge. You could say the injury now to Marcus Smart. That really hurts because he's the toughest, SOB on their team.
Right.
So all that
I don't
stuff.
blame it on the coach. I think the coach is great for that system and that identity of what Boston is they got to figure it out with the personnel. And I don't even think it's Danny Ainge. I just think he went after names thinking they would fit. He just got to find the right fit. Right now, this is not the fit. So, but I don't know. I don't know if the clock is ticking in Boston. Certain franchises, they clock be ticking, so they be ready to bomb and rebuild and all. I don't know.
It's kind of hard to say that because I also looked at those guys' ages. We're talking a 23 to 24-year-old.
They're little kids, and they just signed max deals, and they're not even 25 yet. So it's like
they're babies, 23, 24.
Right.
Wow. But both of them all-stars. It's just I guess it's just unfortunate when you look around. It's kind of like, man, look at these other teams. We can't compete.
You just made me feel so. You made me feel so old. 23, 24, like 23. I was 23 7 years ago. Like, Jesus Christ, where's the time going? Like, this is ridiculous. But hold on, let's see what happens. What you got, Nam?
My thing with Brad Stevens, I think you give him like 2 more years. If he don't fix it,
right. You gotta go.
Right, because so my thing was he had the Mike D'Antoni effect.
Ooh.
But fix what though? What do you talking about, like winning the championship? Fix what?
So they're 23-24, right? But these are like first round draft picks. So you compare them to like first round draft picks who were 23-24. Kobe won the chip at 21. LeBron was in the finals in his 4th season. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are number 1 draft picks. This is what you do. These guys are not getting in the conference finals and go to LeBron. But when he lose to KD this year, what are you going to say? He lost to KD? When he lose 2 years from now, is he going to say, he lost to Giannis? The 3rd year, he lost to Embiid. It's always going to be a hurdle for these guys. So it's like, one day you're not going to catch a break. That's on the coach.
You got to know franchise players.
Huh?
everybody you named just now, and you had like analysis. They were all franchise players.
No,
top tier guys, Hall of Fame guys.
Point, right? So you're like, okay, they lost to the LeBron twice out of their 3 conference finals. He's a superstar. I named those superstars on purpose because it's like they're all still in the East. So it's like, what are you gonna say for these guys? Giannis is only 26. He ain't going. He signed a 5-year deal, so he's there for the next 5 years. And B signed a 5-year deal. He's there for the next 5 years.
But what I'm saying is, God.
But no, this is the thing though. You with the way that their roster is constructed right now. Look at Brooklyn. Like, we were talking about James Harden. Well, James Harden got stopped by Brooklyn. LeBron James has lost to Golden State several times. James Harden lost to Golden State several times. When you got some monsters over there like that, they're gonna get a lot of coaches fired, and a lot of players, are gonna be leaving the East and going to the West because of Brooklyn. So what I'm saying is, with the way that their roster is constructed right now, it has nothing to do with the coach. They're gonna either have to get a third star to compete with Brooklyn. But right now, ain't nobody competing with Brooklyn nowhere right now. Like they got 3 stars. They got 3 top 15 players. You can't. I
don't even think it's about adding another star. I'm looking at Boston. Like, Boston has to be the Pistons of 2004. It's not about adding another star and trying to compete with the Nets. You're gonna need a whole team. You're gonna need everybody that's functional, and like. We're thinking Boston, so we're thinking, they could do the KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. No, those guys were 3 franchise players on their own. Pistons, those were serviceable guys where they were, and they came together with a great coach and got it done and beat a 3-headed monster. That's what Boston's going to have to do. It's not about adding one more guy, because then it's just going to be 3 guys taking a shot, and you're going to try to be competing with the 3-headed monster in Brooklyn. That's not going to work. But the noise I made when Namdi was looking at me crazy is because I thought about a player like LaMarcus Aldridge. I feel like he could work for Boston.
I don't think he's going to work because his timeline, he's old, right?
He's old, but his style of play is what they need in a big. You know what I mean? Like, he can stretch it, but he would rather stay on the block. He's the closest thing to Tim Duncan we have.
How much does LA really have left? Like
we don't know. We don't pay attention to the Spurs no more, so we really don't know.
I'm saying, like, laterally, it's just, LA is what, 30? What is that, like 35 now?
Nah, wow.
He's not the old yet. That's what I'm saying. He's not the old yet.
34. Like,
right. All of them are at the same age. This whole generation is going to turn 39 at the same time. So
he plays like he's 35, 36. I don't know.
Brad Stevens, so he's really like Mike D'Antoni right now, right? Like, you always have winning records. People are always like diehard Boston fans. You put them in the seats. Great basketball, but it's like you're not capable of winning the big one. Right?
I feel like he needs to be popped. That's the problem. He needs to be popped. You get a whole team with a whole bunch of guys that are serviceable instead of focusing on 3 guys. Pop never focused on 3 guys.
He didn't, but he had his foundation, though, right?
Right. Build your foundation.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, I gave them all the bread. You have to make them your foundation.
But it was different though. You had a guy like David Robinson who was already amazing, and then you got a number 1 pick and Tim Duncan, who just set their franchise and created stability for 20 years. Duncan.
They played inside. That's what this NBA doesn't do, and that's what the problem is. We're dependent on guys to win championships, shooting threes, not posting up. Like, it does not happen like that. Like, it does not. So we can compare them to the Spurs, but the guy who was the guy for 10 years in San Antonio played on the block. And everything else happened after that. You dumb down on him, then you get the threes. But if you come up, everybody's shooting threes, what happens when everybody's off? What happens? You lose. Now you're in a hot seat.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. But no, I mean, back to your question, man. I think it's tough though, man. I mean, like I said, everyone else around him are getting better, and he's been given 8 years, which is a lot. I mean, let's not say if the situation was a little bit different with another coach of color, would he still be there? That's a whole other question. But I mean, but this is my question for you now. If not Stevens, can you do better? Like I think he's that good.
I feel like he belongs there. I can't see him anywhere else, and I can't see nobody else there.
Nah,
like,
but I think
Boston.
You could do better than Brad Stevens, though, right? Like,
no, identity wise.
Oh,
everything. You feel me? I feel like that's just.
Gotcha.
You feel me?
Right. Identity.
Right. Everything just matches. Everything matches.
Boston's different. Boston's different.
Right. All right, yo, Rel, I got a question for you.
Yo.
You're the Portland insider. So Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown were both in 3-point competition. Dame has a higher 3-point percentage than they are, than both of them. Why was he not in the competition?
I was very shocked to see 2 Utah guys and 2 Boston guys and not 1 Portland guy. Very confused. And then I was very confused to see the other Portland guy in the dunk contest. I don't know what's going on in Portland. I really don't understand what's going on in Portland. Like, I was like, why is Dame not in the 3-point contest? But I don't know. I guess he
had to refuse.
Did he get asked? He
had to refuse.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he refused it.
I would have asked him. Because then you could have had Steph versus Lillard, right? Like, you could have really legit had that competition.
Right. But does the All-Star game work out like that if you have that?
Yeah.
Actually, having Dame in that 3-point contest, Dame versus Steph, that would have been. That would have increased the intensity of it. I mean, it would have been just like a Saturday night boxing match. It would have been crazy. Yeah. But actually, back to your first original question about the All-Star festivities, this is one thing I was thinking about earlier. Think about how many scores that we had in 3-point contests. Not 3-point shooters. Think about how many scores we had. Like, we had scores. In the past, there's always been like shooters. We had scores. Huh?
It was always like 3-point quote-unquote specialists. Now we had slashers and point guards.
Like, we had scores this year. Tatum, score. Not saying he can't shoot, but he's a scorer. Jaylen Brown, score. Donovan Mitchell, score. Like those guys, huh?
No, you said Tatum can't shoot. Brown can't shoot.
None of them are shooters. None of them are shooters.
Can't shoot.
None of them are pure shooters. All of them.
That's why the shooter actually won a competition. Like,
there you go. I'm shocked at Mike Conley though. He did way better than I thought he was gonna do.
Yeah, one decent round.
Hey, you know what? I think, hey man, Mike Conley had an angel on his shoulder, because you think about it, he really wasn't even supposed to be there. So Mike Conley definitely has some watching out for him, because man, that's crazy that he wasn't supposed to be there, and then he shot that well. I mean,
and he played an All-Star game. I'm like, how you do that? Like, I don't know. That sounded to the Jordan team thing.
Jordan Brand.
Jordan Brand, facts.
It was definitely the Lifetime Achievement Award. No disrespect to Mike.
Lifetime Achievement.
I'm gonna say this,
bro.
Hey, no, Mike,
I'm out, bro.
Mike probably should have had it at least once. Because usually you think about those. You mentioned those Piston teams earlier. And you remember that one year that they had 4 guys starting? 4 guys on the All-Star team. And, those guys, they weren't averaging like 20 points. You had some people averaging 18. Some people like Ben Wallace averaging 9 and 13 rebounds. Rasheed probably averaging 15. And then you think about those Memphis Grizzlies teams, they used to grit it out. They were really good, but, would hardly ever get All-Star. I don't even know if Zach Randolph even got a consistent All-Star bid when he was with them. And he was, a top 10, top 5 power forward, top 7 power forward at the time.
Like 1 or 2 years, like 2 All-Star selections or something like that.
Well, I know he got one in Portland, but I'm saying I don't know how many he got. So, but yeah, that's the Dame thing. Dame had to refuse. I looked up Dame's stats as well. Dame's shooting 38%. But the crazy part about shooting 38%, he's taking 11 a game. You know how hard it is to shoot 38%, taking 11 threes a game? And Dame
he does it like it's like normal.
And Dame threes are not normal threes. We're talking about fadeaways. We're talking about
4 feet behind the line. Yeah, you well, bro.
38%.
Tough. You gotta give him his props.
Yeah, I don't know why he should have been in there. Yo, so my last topic for today, right? So Giannis won All-Star MVP.
He's so whack to me, bro. One trick pony, yo.
Hey man, I told Nam last night. I said, man, Giannis act like that guy at the park with that competitive spirit playing against little kids last night. That's how hard he was playing. He was playing like he was at the park last night against little kids. And, be cool. Giannis like,
right.
So my question to you guys, right? Giannis, he signed a 5-year deal, $228 million contract. Do you think he's regretting the decision now that he actually played with Steph Curry?
Nah. He ain't regret it yet. He ain't start spending that $205. He's still on an old contract. I think by year 2, by the end of year 2 of that deal, if his team finishes the same spot, it's gonna be a problem. He's gonna have a problem after that. But eventually he's gonna regret it because I don't see people breaking their neck to go to Milwaukee. I don't care who's there. So he's gonna regret it. But right now he's still spending old money and he still feels like his team has a ceiling. So we'll see. I don't see them winning a chip neither.
My opinion of it is like just two different things. I look at it like I said, like I mentioned earlier with Boston, everybody else is getting better. Think about it. Milwaukee has had like the best record in the East for the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And now the East is getting better. And then you look at the signing of Holiday, and I know they did it just so they could try to keep Giannis there, but they gave up a lot to get Holiday. And Holiday wasn't. I say this: Holiday wasn't just a first option. In New Orleans to where he was just carrying a team. Like Giannis needed somebody that was almost his equal to where they could get him over the hump. Holiday is not his equal. Holiday is a really good player. Don't get me wrong. Top defender, but he's not a guy that you go get the ball to and say, hey, go give me 30 or go give me 25 and 12. So I think that's what's going in the end that's going to hurt him as well. And like you said, year 2. When Holiday is not just doing what he signed up to do or what you gave up for him to do.
I got a question for both of y'all though. In terms of Milwaukee, and like you said, and somebody to match Giannis for them to get over the hump, what type of player is there, if there is one, would you match with Giannis for him to get over the hump?
What kind of question is that? He played with him yesterday. He was number 30.
Oh, you're talking about Steph? No.
What?
That's not the same.
What?
Well, okay.
Will Giannis be able to keep up with Steph? That's what I'm saying. Like Steph can shoot 59 shots behind the 3 and make 60 of them. Giannis not gonna be able to keep up.
I think that's to show that he doesn't keep up with Steph, bro.
Also with Dame, also with LeBron. Like, relax, brother.
But you know what? See, this is the thing. For a while I've been fighting what position Giannis is, and I think
that's what I'm saying. I don't even know what position he is.
I finally admitted his position now, and I was fighting for a while because I had so many just high hopes, and my vision for him was he's the same position as LeBron James. He's not, and Miami is what really exposed his position, and Giannis he's a power forward. He's literally a traditional power forward. He's a Karl Malone power forward that's athletic. Except Karl Malone could actually knock down a mid-range shot. So that might not be a good comparison.
No, that's a fair comparison, though. I don't think it's bad.
But so what I'm saying is, I say that to say this. You got to pair him up with maybe like an elite point guard to where you can go pick and roll with him. I know. Or Lillard, or
will be better than Steph and Giannis, but I think Lillard and Giannis would be good. Why do you think he had no?
Pick and roll with him. What he's going to do to pick and roll? He can't shoot.
He rolling.
Roll with him.
He rolling him, right?
90 times?
Rolling, bro. Hey, you didn't say pick and pop. You said pick and roll.
I'm just saying, and this is exactly why we're having this conversation. Did he regret his decision? Like, he's not winning no chip like that, bro. Y'all talking about James Harden dribbling 97 times. Giannis is not winning no chip until you get a jump shot.
No,
spinning and rolling from free throw line and think you're gonna get a chip. No,
it's not even a jump shot. It's it's amazing how you watched them, against Miami last year and how they would just like claw the gaps. So he has to get good enough guard skills, efficient enough guard skills to where he's able to make certain passes to where they can't beat him. Like, think about this. Think about how many teams have tried to do exactly to Giannis what they tried to do to LeBron James. What does he do? He kills you with the passes. So they surrounded Giannis with shooters. He got guys around him. They can shoot the ball, but he has to be able to keep his head up. He has to be able to be smart enough to where he can get the ball to them instead of trying to power his way to the basket like he does all the time. So he has to try to beat you with his mind like LeBron does, rather than trying to beat you, with his strength and with his athleticism and his one dribble dunks. So I think he just has to take the next step mentally, which is something that Gilbert Arenas said. He's not cerebral yet with his game. He's still learning how to play basketball.
I think because you said he can't shoot, right? So all right, that's fine. But my thing is, if you're a GM and you realize your best player can't shoot, then you get somebody who can shoot, right? Like, so if you got a guard who can shoot threes and whatnot, Giannis don't need to worry about shooting because I have somebody to take care of that. It's no different than when you have somebody who can't play defense. You have a star player who can't play defense. You get somebody who can play defense and you put them on them. Like, it's simple. Like, you just plug and chug. But I think the issue that Giannis is having is that he don't have a point guard. Jrue Holiday is not a point guard. Combo, but not a point guard. DiVincenzo is not a point guard. Chris Middleton is dookie, and he's not a point guard.
What would you put with him? What point guard would you give him?
I just told you.
Any point guard, don't matter. Besides Steph Curry, besides Dan Willard, because they're not going anywhere. So go.
But a lot of point guards. Oh, I'll give him Lonzo.
I was gonna say that.
I'll definitely give him Lonzo.
Okay.
Hey, but it's just you look at the pieces now around him. Now I'm starting to say, does he have enough around him? Like think about it. Like, he does not. No, I don't have faith in that team. I told you that. I don't have faith in Chris Middleton to be the second guy on a championship team. You got Brook Lopez who's now shooting threes. You got,
Boy, they had both of the twins where there were no centers left in the league. You had both of them on one team and y'all couldn't do nothing. Like, what? No, I don't understand.
So it's I just I don't think he'll regret it because I saw some. I read between the lines with people. Like, Giannis is really having just a good time. Giannis is not like one of those really great players. He doesn't have that mindset of a really great player like a Kobe, a LeBron, a Jordan, to where, look at him. He's having a great time. He's cracking jokes about LeBron, Cleveland, this is for you for the MVP award. Like, he's having, like, he's not from America. No offense. Don't put this on social media. But listen, he's not from so what I'm saying is, I don't think he understands like that type of mentality that you just have to have, and like the stuff that looks good, stuff you're supposed to do, stuff you're not supposed to do, because he's not going to win a ring unless it's later on in his career or
you get an American on the team.
Let's be real. Let's be real, Namdi. I got a question. Hey, Namdi, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Who goes to vacation in Milwaukee?
Nobody.
So guess what? Ain't nobody going there in free agency. So like, it ain't. Nobody want to go. Nobody ever wanted to come to Cleveland with LeBron, and he's LeBron. Nobody ever wants to go to Milwaukee. Like the small market teams, no one wants to go there. So it ain't happening.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we gonna jump into wrapping up the show. Start bench cut.
Welcome to another edition of Start Bench Cut, where we have to start a player, bench a player, and unfortunately, we have to make a hard decision of cutting a player.
So in that order, you start them.
Quick answer.
And you cut them. Quick.
No
answer.
explanation.
All right, no explanations, kind sir. Now listen up. All in their prime, okay? All in their prime. Start bench cut. Grant Hill, Carmelo Anthony.
Oh my God, you mother.
Charles Barkley.
Hey, I'm starting Charles, cutting Carmelo. I'm benching Grant Hill.
Bro, who you got, bro?
You know what, guy?
I don't know.
Chuck is out of here.
Who you starting, bro? Who you starting?
I'm gonna go prime Grant Hill. That boy was different. Then I got Melo coming off the bench. That's my young boy. Chuck out of here. You bugging. There's no way I'm getting rid of Melo or Grant Hill. You're bugging, bro.
All right, I'm starting Charles. Sir Chuck. I'm benching Melo, and I'm cutting Grant.
Wow, this guy's crazy. We gotta go. Gotta go. Disrespectful. Y'all don't give Grant Hill his props. Grant Hill was like one of the toughest dudes of all time. And y'all just give him ankle injuries. He couldn't stay healthy, and then when he came back, he played until he was 41. Like, what's wrong with y'all? But that's cool.
Hey, but see,
hold on, you really chose Melo over Charles Barkley?
Who, me?
No, Rel.
I did.
Prime Melo? Yes. Hell yeah. Are you crazy?
You choose prime Melo over Charles Barkley too?
Yeah.
No. I'm Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley won an MVP.
That's cool.
Melo's never won an MVP.
That's great. And I'm telling you, Melo's giving Charles Barkley 50.
Hey, and Namdi, guess what? Charles Barkley took a team to the finals. What about Melo?
That's cool. And Charles Barkley's getting disrespected on inside the NBA every day.
Oh no! Hey, don't judge him. Don't judge him after his career. See, I can see that's personal. That's personal with you. I see.
No, it's not. Personal. I like Charles Barkley. I'm not Shaq. I like Charles Barkley. I respect Charles Barkley.
As a player.
Yeah, but me personally, my favorite player after Jordan and AI is Melo, and then like my Grant Hill was a no, but Grant Hill's in my top 5. Grant Hill's in my top 5, like small forwards all the time. Like he was really dope and really did.
Oh no, that was
he knew that though. That's why I said you mother. He knew that though.
Hey, I like Melo, man. I like the way that he's revitalized his career. Matter of fact, I even got some homeboys.
Yeah, why you changing the tune now?
For me? Yeah. Oh no. I like him. But I mean, I'm not taking him over Charles or
Melo's top 5 easiest scorers of all time.
Top 5?
Scored the easiest. Yeah, but he scored the easiest. It was fluid.
Well,
he didn't have to work to score. You know that.
Well, see, he said.
You might have to revisit that conversation.
Why?
He said players though. Did you say cut, bench, or start a scorer?
we haven't talked about anybody because of their defensive prowess on this show. Like, get out. Let's not do that, buddy. If that's the case, Grant Hill's off the list. He didn't really actually lock down nobody.
All three off.
Yeah,
all three.
No defense.
All right. Yeah, let's not cover that Melo.
All right, y'all. That was it's a wrap. Hey, if you like the show, please subscribe. Follow us at Sports Redefined on all social media. Once again, I'm your host, your best host, Namdi, aka Premium Nam, alongside with my man,
Real Too Real. And today we had an honorable guest, the gentleman of the South, Mr. Machiavelli. What you call yourself? P-Valley?
Blackamelli.
Oh, Black and Melly.
Splackamelli.
Yo, what is going on here? We're not gonna get syndicated like this. We gotta keep it G-rated, guys.
Yo, we out. Peace.
I need it.